Hey, Genki Call here with the Dark Portents World event for the week of June 19th, 2023. The daughter of Yasmin finally had some real information. Yasmin had sent her a vision. The death god was called Aravata and was rising in the Pride Lands. She told us that our best chance lay in raising an army of light. Whatever that meant. Light? Perhaps our destination of Bright Forest was a good idea. Queen Titania was difficult to deal with. She was doubtful that this death god actually existed. We offered to collect evidence, and in exchange, if she was convinced, she would send some sun sprites with us. The scoring on this is not too bad. It's only one kind of collectible, so it is going to be easy to track how many points you're getting. There's no scaling to it. It's just what you see on the screen, period. Straight up, that's what you're going to get. It's rarity order. As you can see, from top to bottom, the most points. And as far as the legendaries and the epics having one that's worth more than the other, the male troops are worth more than the females this time around. That's how you remember, if you care. At any time there are going to be 4 battles on the screen. However, you are only going to be able to fight Zethinos every 5th battle. Zethinos, if you don't... Oh, yes, please. If you choose not to fight Zethinos, you won't see him again until another 5 battles go by. So, keep that in mind. So, fight him when you see it, or lose the points. Alrighty, so this first team is for people, well, I have multiple teams for people with legendaries, without legendaries. I didn't bother making any teams for mythics because there's only one team you really need. I still made a bunch of teams for you, but this first team, super easy, Mountain Crusher, 2 Sagas, and a Leprechaun. Saga does damage to all enemies. She summons an ice storm at the start of battle. I said to use archer class on this. You don't have to use archer class. You're going to have a storm from Saga regardless. And so you can choose anything you want. You could use Tide Collar with this. That would work really well. But of course, this will work just fine. So the next team that I have for you, also no legendaries, is Saga with the Leprechaun, the daughter of Ice and Summer's Fury. Now, this may seem like a really weird setup to you, but the synergy on this is interesting. So Summer's Fury, it's a free weapon. You should have this just from getting your mana mastery up. For red mana mastery, it creates 6 red gems. Well, guess what Daughter of Ice does? She's empowered and she converts red gems to blue, which feeds Saga. Although, we already have alignment, so I'm just going to do that. And Leprechaun for fast mana. Leprechaun is, of course, on every single one of these teams because Leprechaun is probably my most used and most favoritist. My favorite. He's definitely a favorite troop of mine to use for fast mana, absolutely. So males are worth more than females here. Anyway, Daughter of Ice takes that red, turns it into blue for Saga, and this creates more red. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect, but you have 2 here that do AoE damage, and then 2 for mana gen. So that's what I was thinking about with that particular team. Now, I guess I'll show you the other one here first. So, if you're really low level, you don't have the Shield of Urskaya yet, because if you're super low level, if you're really a newbie to the game, the way that you get the Shield of Urskaya, the most powerful shielding weapon in the game, you have to unlock Urskaya first. Then you have to do Sentinel class and get 250 wins in order to unlock the Shield of Urskaya. So I'll show you the Shield of Urskaya in a moment for people that is the wrong button. For people that don't know about the Shield of Urskaya, but first, let me show you this team. So Golden Cog, you get this for getting your red and yellow mana mastery up. Give armor to an ally equal to their current armor. You want to cast this on Rowanne. Rowan has scatter damage boosted by her armor. And it's crazy. She does a crazy amount of damage to the enemy because whatever her armor is times two, and that's the amount of scatter damage that she's going to do. It's just an insane amount. Fast mana here. Now, I put Elementalist on here because I'm figuring anyone that's pretty low level is going to need the safety of Elementalist. But let me show you here. So, right now, 236 AoE damage, right? We cast this on here. And look, now it's 472, just with the Golden Cog. So, Rowanne is a beast. She is absolutely amazing. You will have her if you've done Forest of Thorns. And if you're in a guild and you're doing this event, you most likely have gotten far enough to finish Forest of Thorns. So, that's my thought process anyway. Yeah, this will work. So next up, let me just show you Shield of Urskaya very quickly and explain what this does. The Shield of Urskaya, the reason it is so powerful is because it scales with the enemy. Give them an ally armor boosted by all enemy attack with a 2-to-1 ratio. So you take all of their attack and add it together, divide by 2, and that's how much it's going to add. So it scales. The more attack they have, the more armor you're going to get from this. You cast on Rowanne, she absolutely blows them away. Do you even need 2 Rowanne on this team? No, you could even put 2 Leprechauns on here if you felt like it, and just do 1 Rowanne. Up to you. I'm not going to show it because that's pretty straightforward, but really that team is the only one you need. However, I get tired of doing the same thing all the time, so I have 4 more teams for you, which are basically 2 different teams just built in a different way, with little changes on each one. And ow, hold on. Had to run out and grab my tributes and realize I chose the wrong battle anyway. I need to do the males. Males over females, that makes it easy. Alright, for this particular team, I do recommend the Faery ring in particular over some of the other weapons that I'm using here. This does damage to an enemy boosted by Fey allies. Everything here is Fey, creates a mix of 6 green and purple gems for each Fey ally. That's the whole team. Green and purple, it should work really well. I am using Hierophant class. All of these teams using Hierophant have different setups on them. So for this team, I'm using a Light Storm at the start of battle, and then Nature's Will instead of Firebringer. It all depends on how you want to do it, but I have tailored Hierophant for each of these teams depending on what I've got on the team. So Hierophant and Hierophant, Leanansidhe and Glitterclaw both do AoE damage. They'll do damage to the entire team. The thing is about Leanansidhe, you have to take a second and choose the bottom troop. So she's going to hit the bottom troop and everything above it. The nice thing about this is that it's not technically AoE damage, which means that even if the entire team is submerged, she will hit them all. You can hit the entire team as long as you hit that bottom troop. That's what I'm trying to say. The reason Glitterclaw is here is because it fairy fires all of the enemies. That is going to make you do an extra 50% damage from your spells. And so for Leanansidhe, you take this 72, you divide by 2, add that on, and that's how much damage she's going to do to each and every enemy. Super nice. Love it. Love it, love it. I'm going to go ahead and use the Fairy ring because I can. Yeah. And usually you're going to loop on that weapon, but obviously not this time. So, am I showing? Yeah, I'm going to use that again on the next team. It's almost the same team, but a different setup, a little bit of a different setup. So edit, manage, paste. Again with Glitterclaw, this is for people that don't have the next troop I'm going to put on here. But Queen Titania, you could even use 2 Queen Titania. Maybe a different weapon, however. But let's go ahead and show this team. And then I will have 2 more teams, kind of. 2 more teams, kind of, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. Alright, Queen Titania does damage to all enemies boosted by red enemies. and allies. If they're 13 or more red gems, gain an extra turn. So you might want to change this from the Light Storm that I have to feed the Fairy Ring to the Firestorm instead. But she does damage to all enemies. Again, an additional 50% damage if you cast with Glitterclaw first. And next, males. Edit, manage, paste. Now, this one is almost the same, but King Oberron, he gives all Fey allies a 50% mana start. He's going to give life and magic to all allies. Every time you get that managed, this purple number is going to go up every single time. And then he creates a firestorm and enchants all Fey allies. That's the entire team. This is something that I used in the vault for ages because it's a super fast team for the vault. And it's just a really fun team to use. The Summer Aegis, love this weapon. Damage to an enemy boosted by Bright Forest allies. Create a mix of 6 green and red gems for each Bright Forest ally. What have we got here? We've got green and red and purple. But yeah, it's great. I love this particular team. I've used it a lot. And then I will have one more for you that is for the people that don't have King Oberron. Or they decide that they don't want to use Glitterclaw. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. She often gets an extra turn from the Firestorm. There's so much red on the board. And lastly, same basic idea, only, doggone it, I hate it when it does that. There we go. All right, the last setup here is with Tinseltail instead of King Oberon. For those that don't have King Oberon, Tinseltail is fun. You're going to get all allies for magic straight up, period. Plus, a 50% chance for each of the following. Deal deal damage to all enemies, explode 8 random gems, and or give all allies 70 life, or 70 for me. Your magic +1. We'll say that. Tinseltail is fun to use. You don't know what it's going to do, but no matter what, you're going to get that bonus magic. And let me see, I think the traits, yes. So you get Fairy Fire a random enemy when matching green gems. You get the Fairy Fire on matching 4+ gems. So you're going to have a ton of Fairy Fire going on with this team. I love that. And extra turn? Nope, not quite. But we're going to cast and we're going to kill everything. Now there are plenty of mythics available, but I really don't see any reason to make the teams because unless you're going really high a level, you're not going to need them. Really, all you need is Rowan and the Shield of Urskaya, but again, that can be boring. So let me show you what we've got here with base rarity. So, Fairy Godmother, Fountain of Stars, King Bloodwood, King of Ravens, Mistralis, Plague, Scoprio, Scotty, Suna, Ulor, Vernalis, Yasmin's Chosen. Let me see. Do I have any unowned? Oh, and the Sunsprite, which I haven't grabbed yet. That is not a mythic, though. But any of those that I just mentioned, you could get from the shop. I'm not going to say that you will. Even if you spend 10,000 gems, you might not, but it is possible if you get very, very lucky. It only happens occasionally. Good luck to you. I hope that you pull mythics, and if you do, let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!